How much rest do you really need between your sets? The answer? None. Seriously, guys, rest is overrated. I mean, you took a nap last night. You took an 8-hour nap last night. So you're already rested. You're ready to go. Now, I jokingly say this, but let me kind of give you a little bit of clarification. Right off the bat, before we get a little bit of hate on this one, I need to clarify first, well, what is rest, okay? So for the purposes of the video, rest is defined by the amount of time you're kind of given a muscle or a muscle group between working sets. So that's how we're going to define it for the purpose of this one. An example is you did bench press. I'm going to kind of pick on bench press. You did bench press for a set of 12 reps, you rest before you have to go do bench press again. There are certain cases when rest, you do need it. Let me clarify on this one as well. Rest for sports specific or performance-based workouts is essential because the goal of the sport is performance. Now, when your goal is performance, yeah, you do need rest. So let's say if you're a power lifter and you're trying to lift maximal load, well, the only thing you're concerned about is getting as strong as possible. So at that point in time, yeah, you do need rest. You do need to go do your set. You need to sit down and chill and let the muscle and let the body recover to get ready to go do it again. Even in the sport of bodybuilding, which operates by a little bit different set of rules, your goal in most cases is maximal muscle growth. So you're concerned about doing as much damage to the muscle, I say that word nicely, as possible, resting and getting ready to do the same thing again on sets 2, 3, or 4, or even 5. But if you're really trying to maximize your time in the gym for fat loss, you don't need rest, you need to recover. So what I'd recommend you do in that case is you get off and you do another exercise to let that muscle group recover, but keep the heart rate up. Kind of let me give you an example here. Let's just say one of the workouts is you are going to be doing a dumbbell Arnold press. So you go off and you do a dumbbell Arnold press for, say, however many reps you go off. But instead of sitting on the treadmill and kind of play, or sitting on the treadmill, but sitting on the bench, playing with your phone for 2 or 3 minutes, getting on Instagram, getting on Snapchat, doing the tweets, doing the TikToks and talk ticks and all that good stuff. Instead of doing all that, go off and do a little bit of light cardio. Keep your heart rate up. I like to tell people to kind of keep their heart rate around 75%. It's enough to where it allows the muscle group to recover, but not allow your whole body to rest. You kind of do this for a couple reasons. Reason number one, all right, you're not letting your body cool off too much. You kind of want that heart rate up. For those of you that have ever done a very intense set and you've gone unrested, you know you could actually rest too much and the body all of a sudden cools down and the weight is much heavier, much harder. It's overall not a good experience on that one. All right, that's one. And two, let's be honest, you're trying to maximize the effort in the gym. You're trying to maximize calories in the gym. So you want to make sure, or calorie burn in the gym. So in that case, you want to make sure that when you're done with that particular exercise, that you're still moving and you're still going. Now, you're not going so hard to where it's going to be detrimental to your next set, your next performance, but it's enough to at least keep your heart rate slightly elevated to where you're still in a good caloric mode. You're still at least burning some calories and you're not cooling yourself off too much. So let me give you an example of how that would work back to the Arnold press. So let's say you did Arnold press, okay? You did that for 12 reps. What you do is you're gonna do any cardio exercise of your choice. Now, I would encourage you to pick some kind of cardio that doesn't really affect the shoulder and arm complex. So maybe avoiding the ski erg. So you could simply walk on a treadmill, go jog on a treadmill, maybe even do the bike. Just do something that's keeping that heart rate up, and I would go there for anywhere from 60 seconds to 2 minutes, again, depending whichever one you want to do. So you're keeping moving, you're keeping your heart rate up, you're still burning some calories, but you're allowing the muscle group to recover, but you're not allowing yourself to completely rest. The biggest reason why I want, and we teach a lot of this at RTC, is unfortunately in a lot of big gyms that you see this, what we call big box gyms, you're gonna see people that will go off and they'll do this very intense set, 15 reps, 12 reps, 10 reps, and they kind of sit down on the bench, taking up space in the gym, all right, for 2 or 3 minutes of time before their next set. I mean, if you really think about it, if you worked out for an hour, and in that hour you're only doing maybe 12, 15 reps, those 12, 15 reps maybe take you 20, 25 seconds, and you're resting for 2 minutes. At the end of a workout, at the end of an hour-long workout, you spent more time resting than you did working out. Guys, if you're gonna do this, you wanna commit to the fat loss, you wanna commit to the muscle stage, I mean, let's do it right. At least keep moving, keep going. Now, let me give you another example of something else that you can do. Let's say that, again, we did dumbbell Arnold press, seated Arnold press, you did that for a good set, and you went straight and you did that directly into another exercise. Let's say that was a row, a cable row, one-arm dumbbell row. Then right after that, same thing. Go off, do your set of cardio, keeping your heart be around 75% for, say, 60, 90 seconds, and repeat that for 2, 3, or 4 rounds. Where's a good heart rate range for this one? You know, you hear me kind of quote 75% a lot, and that's just kind of the standards that we use here. But I usually find that a good point is if you're kind of keeping your recovery rate between 70-75%, that's a good rule of thumb on this one. Now, you can go a little lighter and say, hey, go 65 to 70% if your body needs more, a little bit more of it. You're not in that stage yet. That's perfectly fine. But I will say this, when you start doing your recovery cardio, that's what we call it, not rest, but recovery cardio, you're doing that and your heart rate's around 80%, be forewarned, you could notice that the workout is a lot harder and you may not be ready for that, and you will notice that those weightlifting sets can go down. So do you really need rest in your workouts? Truth be told, it depends on the workout you're doing. It depends on your goal. If your goal is to get better at sports performance, yes, you need it because maximal performance is your goal. But if the goal is, look, I'm trying to maximize my time in the gym to where I'm changing the way my body looks and losing fat, nah, your body doesn't need rest, but you do need to recover. So instead of sitting on your butt, instead of sitting down doing nothing, go off, do some light cardio for anywhere from 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 2 minutes between each one of your lifts. Do that, and I can assure you that you'll notice much better fitness, much better results, and overall, you're just gonna feel a hell of a lot better.